It looks to me like it's going to be a bit slanty.
I'm sorry about the audio in this video, it's a little bit rubbish. The camera doesn't seem to be picking up the sound of my voice when it's sitting in the bracket on the side of the cab pillar here. I'll have to try and get a microphone or something to set up with it. I'm not sure if this camera will match up with a microphone or not, but I'll have to do something. I'll play a little bit more music in the video. You can hear what I'm saying while I'm driving if you turn the volume up, but it gets a little bit loud then. The excavator's doing most of the noise, and everyone in the house or yourself will probably be deaf by the end of it, so I'll just play a bit more music in the video, I think. Thanks for watching.
They cut them every 2 years, and then they cut them every year. They tie up. They cut them every second year. They regrow. And they were only 2 years old. They were so the prickles on them weren't so aggressive. And they had put them through These fences are about 20 years old here now, and nothing has grown on the wall. It's so windy here. You know, those walls there, they're not fenced off. But there's nothing extra growing on these fenced off walls. They're pretty pointless to fence off. I started digging on the other side, but I didn't have much of anywhere to put all this silt, so I've got to put it on this side along here, which is a bit of a waste of nice silt. I quite like making a use of it. It's pretty fertile stuff, good to put on the fields.
you're wondering what on earth I'm doing here, the field had 2 ditches running down it. You can see the ditch just to the right of the bucket there, and it had 2 or 3 ridges with the material that was dug out of the ditches originally. Those ditches were dry and the field was wet all the way down. Farmer didn't want any ditch running down the field, so I've just smoothed out a little dip all the way down so that the water tends to run down the same path, so it's not going everywhere. So the whole piece of the land is landscaped now to go down to the lowest point, which is at the water on the right hand side here. Also scraping away the surface so that it's naturally leaning towards that ditch from the gateway, which is just behind the bucket there now. So the water will come from the right hand side around to the left and down there. It's all landscaped with no ditch to try and keep it more naturally dry. The ground just to the right hand side of the bucket here now is naturally a bit more gravelly. So at the end and the beginning of the year, when you couldn't normally drive across this field and access this gateway, it should be a bit drier there now, and it's naturally harder under the surface at that point. There's lots of places in the area around here. You get like 50 mil, you'd think it was screened gravel or drainage material. I don't know why it's all as if it's to a specification. I don't know if they're ancient kilns or whatever, but they seem to be everywhere. Whole landscape seems to be made up of them. It might just be broken up gravel in the subsoil, as there's a lot of brown rock in the area that's quite soft but also quite hard. Ice would crumble that up into squares, and it does break up into small cubes. So it could be just the effect of ice going over those bits of bedrock.
the trough here so that the sheep can drink. Just gonna scrape some of these stones to here and fill it up just to the top of the concrete. That's just the end of the trough, so just about an inch over the bottom of the trough there. And got another trough there I need to make a little pad for on the other side of the wall. We'll have to go all the way around to go to that one, I think. I might be able to do it over the wall. I'll see what I can do.